everyone, and welcome to episode 43 of MSME Masterclass. Today's topic of discussion is advancements in PEB design and construction. And to address the same, I would like to introduce a distinguished professional who has significantly impacted the architecture and construction industry, Mr. Amit Vadnere. Amit is the co founder of Gigfactory, a platform for freelance opportunities in the construction industry, and a director at Landcraft Spaces Private Limited, where he has been shaping the skyline of Mumbai for over 9 years. He is also a visionary behind OR Kilos, a consultancy service providing comprehensive solutions from design to delivery in architecture, master planning, and project management. With a career spanning over 2 decades, Amit has managed projects across diverse sectors, including industrial, warehouse, residential, and commercial developments. His expertise in licensing with various municipal and governmental bodies like MIDC, MMRDA, and Thane Municipal Corporation ensures smooth execution and compliance in every project he undertakes. Amit's educational background is equally impressive, holding a postgraduate diploma in advanced construction management from NICMAR University and a bachelor's degree in architecture from the University of Mumbai. His journey began with hands-on roles at prestigious firms such as Edifice Architects Private Limited and Genon Dunkerley, where he honed his skills in project management and site supervision. Today, we've been fortunate to have Amit with us, who will share his valuable insights on advancements in industrial building construction. His profound knowledge and experience will give us a deeper understanding of navigating and innovating in this dynamic field. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Amit Vadnere. Welcome to our MSME Masterclass survey. Pleased to have you today.
Welcome. Thank you. Thank you for the introduction, and I'm happy to be here.
Okay, so our first question to you, Amit, is what are the latest advancements in pre-engineered building design?
So before that, I'd just like to make people understand what are the current challenges of the construction industry, right? So construction industry has moved very fast in the last 10, 15 years, and the technology also has moved at a similar pace. As we advance, India advances into the next stage of development, there are quite a few challenges that we still face each and every day. Primarily, what I can say is we have a challenge in getting good laborers, good project managers, and everything on site, which are remote sites. So normally, all these construction sites which have challenges are industrial projects, warehouse projects, or you have the resorts projects, or any of the hospital projects which are remote locations. So there is a big challenge in the industry where to get the best people, the best talent, the best workforce to the site and get it done. So what we have been addressing to this problem is basically how can we make a change in the design part of it and overcome this challenge. Now, the latest advancement in this construction technology is, of course, the PEB structure, and it has been there for the last 20 years. It has moved from the regular fabrication to automized fabrications. So there are quite a few companies in the Indian scenario where they have a lot of automized automized PEB structures that have been produced in the factory and been transported to the site and erected on the site. Okay. So that what happens is you don't have to have a lot of laborers or a lot of skilled laborers on the site, and you just still can complete the project. The second part, the design part of it, is what we have what there are a lot of things have changed is modular constructions. So a lot of companies are adopting modular constructions where each structure is modular in the set format, where we have the least amount of wastages and most amount of advancement, like advanced technologies, can be used to do it. Now, what the example being, there are construction technologies where industrial projects normally have a very fine grid technology, where every construction is done in one single grid, and the grid can be expanded in both X and Y axis and can be easily cut down or upgraded anytime. The second part is, of course, we have something called the modular construction in build form. Build form is basically washroom. If you know, washrooms are the most area is the location where you have lot of time is required on site, and a lot of skilled labor is required. So what you do is you actually make washrooms in the factory and just place it on site. So that saves a lot of energy and also time and cost part of it. And lastly, it's offices. A lot of office units, or a lot of you have this the resort rooms, where a lot of these can be made actually in the factory and again produced and just placed on site or assembled on site. This increases the whole efficiency of the project, and the timeline of the project is enhanced. That is what the latest technology is right now doing.
Amit, what are the key considerations for maximizing the benefits of these PEBs?
Yes, thanks. So the key designs, what we have changed, of course, when we need to change something on site, that there is a lot of thing that goes on the drawing board. So a lot of new ideas have to be implemented. It's right on not only design. There has to be a design change. There has to be a transportation change. There has to be a assembly change. There has to be new tools and new softwares to be used. So what we have when we go for modular designs or go for a automated design, lot of this technology, lot of this design has to go to BIM or rather 3D designs, where everything last is designed as per what is required on site. So as your assembly can be smooth and your construction can be smooth. So we use a lot of new age technology, new age softwares, so as to make this possible, the modularity possible, the fabrication possible, and the assembly possible easily. Second part is a lot of things we change is transport management. So all these this thing when they are manufactured in the factory and transported to a site, you have to consider that what is the biggest size and how can we transport each and every piece to the site. So if you still remember in the 2008 Beijing Olympics, that is a big example for modularity, where it still had a very organic design, but each and every part was designed such that everything was designed, manufactured in a factory, transported on the site, and assembled, and still have an organic design. Very similarly, we have to do the similar exercise, how to transport each and every part to the site and get it assembled as far and to the last You cannot have a wrong design on the site, right? And lastly, it has to be sustainable. So what we use is a lot of materials we use is are sustainable and easily recyclable or reusable. So these parameters are undoubtedly a big factor now in today's scenario with green building technologies as a preferred tech to each and every construction. We normally stress on what can be recycled and be used once the use of the project is completed. So these key designs, with this key design, we are able to deliver this kind of new model constructions.
Amit, could you also explain to us in terms of the technological innovations that have impacted the speed and accuracy of PEB construction in India?
Right. So as I just started my talk that we have this new issues on site where it is difficult to find good laborers and good technical people on the site. Once we have this, we adopt a modular technology, a lot of this dependency goes down. So when we're not dependent on good people. We don't need a lot of people on site. Automatically, the project has better timelines and better speed to work with. Since everything happens in the factory, a lot of things can be monitored by very few people and to last tech accuracy. So that automatically reduces the time or lines for the project, and also the speed of the project goes up very considerably. So there is one big advantage or rather disadvantage of the construction industry. So if you compare construction industry with any other product or any other cycle, what happens is each product. Say example, you call say example a laptop. A laptop is produced in a site in a factory in Malaysia, India, or US, anywhere. It is almost a similar process it goes through. Each and every places will not have much differences. They have the same standard technology and same standard tools and same standard procedures to get that manufactured. But the same thing doesn't apply to construction industry. The construction industry, if you have the same building built in Mumbai and the same thing is to be built in Delhi, even the designs are same, the challenges of the site will be different. Everything the challenges will have different challenges. So you just cannot copy paste the same procedures and same lines for the both sides. Each has to be produced. But what does this modular design, what does this assembly line design goes through? Basically, a lot of things once it happens in factory, when you can when you can produce a lot of parts and spare parts in factory and just assemble on site, all these challenges can be overcome easily. On the way the site be anywhere in the world, it can still be made in the same kind of accuracy, quality, and of course timelines. So that is what the whole thing is about.
Let's talk about cost savings, Amit. How do these advancements in PV design contribute to cost savings for MSMEs?
Right. In today's world, cost is not exactly the material cost. It is lot of things is basically time cost. So if you can have a factory up in 3 months and the factory built in 9 months, even if the cost is double, the construction fast. Once you deliver the factory faster or any project faster, your project cycle starts very fast, and you automatically start the factory. If the factory starts in 3 months, you of course have 6 months extra time for your production time. Or you have if a resort project, which or an educational project or an institutional project. If that starts earlier, undoubtedly you'll have 1 year more of business or 1 year more of admissions to the institutions or anything, right? So that is what, if you factor the whole thing, then of course, even if the construction technology is a little bit expensive, but it saves you a lot of ROIs in return of investment on your project for the developers, for the clientele, and automatically makes it more viable. Now, the second part is also basically getting people. So, if you are engaged on a project, even if as a client, if you are engaged on a project for a longer duration of time, it is your time, your cost that is going on, right? So that is automatically saving to you. And lastly, it is if you can design it very well. So if you have the end product, the end result, if it's very clear, and if you can design it accordingly, and you just execute as you plan, the cost is almost similar to any regular construction technology. It's only it has to be very much. You cannot have it. A lot of changes at the later stage, at the construction stage. You don't change it. You keep as you stick to your plans, stick to your original layouts, and you will have the similar kind of costings that can be there.
Let's move on to existing construction processes, Amit. What do you think are the best practices for integrating new PV technologies into these existing construction processes?
So this is, yes, of course. Whenever you have newer technology to be implemented on site or on any project, there is always a resistance. Undoubtedly, there is a resistance simply because there is a set practice. You have a set methodology or workflow which is there for ages now, and we still want to use the same way. But we also understand the new age issues. What we can, there are issues. Like simple, I tell you what, you cannot find good plumbers on site. It's very difficult to have a good plumber. And if you don't have a plumber on site, a good plumbing team on site, you will have leakages, you will have issues on site, and which cannot be rectified at the later stages. So undoubtedly, what we'll have to, you need to change it as per the new technology, the new way of living and doing. So what we have figured out is, yes, of course, we cannot change the whole technology. We cannot, you cannot go do away with the foundations layout. We cannot do layout with maybe structural part of it. It is very much the same thing what we can. But therefore, what we can do is we can just improvise to start with. It is the stage one or stage one or stage two thing. Where you can what we can do is modular washrooms again. Same thing like modular washroom, modular kitchens, modular your window facades or your facade part of it. So what if you can do? If you can adopt these basic technology, these are the timelines. These are the areas where it takes a lot of time to complete the project. Say example, even if it's a 20-story residential project, you will finish the RCC work in 18 months or so. But once you are to, after 18 months after you complete the project, it will take more than 12, 13 months after that to finish the project. So if you can use a modular technology for basic, then there are a lot of people who are using this modular washrooms. Just make it on the factory and place it on site, connect it. You have least amount of time or wastage on it. Very few people who you need on site for technical people on site. Thirdly, basically, you can have there are no leakages or no technical issues on it. So if you can adopt this part, especially in residential project, yes, of course. In factory projects or in warehouse projects, what we recommend is we use modular offices and modular washrooms again for the whole thing. Modular pump rooms, modular gates. So what you have is this kind of technology. Once you use it, your main PV structure takes almost similar times. But of course, when you add up these places into the website, so that your turnaround period goes down, and you can start your warehouse or industrial project much faster than any other way of it. So these are the practices we can still use it with the existing technology, what the basic structural technology, and we still use this kind of to enhance the timelines and the quality of the project.
Got it. Because we were discussing about sustainability in one of our previous questions, Amit, could you detail out what role does sustainability play in latest PV design advancements?
Right. So to me, sustainability is I define it a bit different. So what I can see is each product or each item has its own shelf life, work life, right? Say example, we use a mobile phone, it is 3 years, 5 years shelf life. We use a car, it is 7 years or 10 years. Okay, and then after that it goes into scrap. So what we have to design as designers, what we can do is if we can have something that design which is for a longer period of use, or it can be reused in some other way, or it can be recycled in some way. So practically, if you don't have put anything, what is wastage back to Mother Earth, it is what sustainability is about. Whatever you are drawing out of the Mother Earth as a product or as a maybe a raw material, you have to use it, reuse and recycle it again and different kind of cycles. If you can do that in this kind of technology in construction, it will be the best part of it. So as I said, if you use a modular technology, like you can, if you use a lot of I-beams, use a lot of modular washrooms and modular offices, it can be always reused into some different form, reshifted to some different sites, or once the main work is completed. Okay. So if you can have the least amount of imported materials, the least quantity of project, so even waste management. So in a regular construction technology where you have RCC, normal brick wall and plaster part where you have normally in Indian scenario, there are a lot of wastages. Anywhere around 4 to 6% wastages are regular wastages. Like you have the slurry, the cement slurry, the broken blocks, the RCC hacked area. So all these are wastages. If you can reduce that wastages and just use a modular technology, then of course you also use less of material and of course less of wastage again onto the mother. And lastly, what we can say is basically if these units can be reused into different format, yes, of course, that's a part. So sustainability is basically it's a very much a mindset thought. When you design it for the main use, it has to be thought for the next 2 or 3 cycles, where this material or these units can be reused into a different format. That has to be there as a designer, as a practice. We should be adopting that. Yeah.
Country like India, where we cater to different industries across, different sectors. Tell us, how can PBs be customized to meet these specific industry requirements?
Okay. The modular technology right now, whatever is available in India or abroad anywhere, it is still at nascent stages where there is only 1 or 2 cycles we can use it and customize it at certain way. It's simple because like we are not this technology is not advanced like a mobile phone or a laptop where it is very much a perfect product and you can customize it in a lot of ways. So these thing has to be evolved. So again, once we have the first layer of adoption of this technology, you always can have the customization going on inside. So it is not that we don't have technological advancement. You already have the technology where you can customize each and every product or each and every use or each and every member as whatever is required for it. But getting it into a production stage, into the production line end is a challenge right now. But technologically, it is not a challenge. It is only how to get into production stage is a challenge. So yes, customization is possible. Any of shapes, any odd size, anything. Once you have the modular technology inside, it is very much customizable possible. Next is we have used a lot of automations in this industry now. So if you have seen it, robotic constructions, there are already technologies which are available in robotic construction where you just have to feed in what design you can think of, whatever wild thing you can do, and the robot just constructs for you. Similarly, automation in fabrication part of it, you just use your BIM technology to import into your CNC cutting machines or CNC fabrication machines, and they can be customized in any shape, any size, any material, be steel, plastics, glass, anything about it. So technology, yes, it is possible. It is just a challenge. How do you adopt it into production stage? And I think so. It is just time to tell us. And once we have the mass in going for this kind of construction technology, the production stage will always be there. Next part of it.
As we were discussing about challenges, Amit, we would like to sort of elaborate that for our audience and make them understand what are the common challenges that we face in adopting advanced PB designs and how can they overcome that?
Yeah. So what happens is in construction technology, especially, we still don't have that mindset that once we have designed it once, and see what happens is the design board is on one for the first 3 months is the design board. Next 6 months is for the approvals and other part of it. And you can say 2 years of construction part of it. So it's example, it's a 3-year project. But what happens is once you are on the design board, before that the client has bought the land or identified the project a year before. So it's a 3 or 4 year journey. And in the third year of journey, what happens is the client goes into change management. He wants a new thing, whatever addition part of it. I think. So once that comes in change management, it is very difficult for take that challenge when once it's the modular construction. If we have the correct vision, the design is on the board, and you don't change after that, then of course using this technology is very easy. So what happens is you have to be very much sure what you're going to build, what you're going to be delivering, whatever mass market customer the client is providing for. They have to be very sure what is they are going to provide. So it is one challenge. The second is basically this kind of technology needs a lot of things front loaded. Your cost is front loaded. So your last tile, whatever you're going to build in the next, so the last finishing item that comes to the last stage of the project, and that's the costlier part, comes into a very early stages. So what happens is your cost is front loaded. So automatically your interest cost goes up. So that cost has to be offset to you in your cycle. That is the challenge. And lastly is of course adoption of mindset. So basically, ये चलेगा क्या, and will it work, will the customer adopt it or maybe absorb the new technology is always there, but it is like just first person who has to do that, and I think so it will just follow after that first or two, 3, 4 projects if you come through, and it will go. So these are the challenges what I see, and I think so it can be overcome. Again, time will be the test for it.
Can you also discuss with our attendees the impact of advancements in PEB design and on the overall project timelines?
Yes, project timelines. Yes, of course. As I said, just I answered you the last question. So basically, if you can design and then deliver the same design from day one to day one, it is going to timelines. What I see in the industrial project, timelines shrinks around 30%. If you go and say to a residential or commercial project, it goes to 40 to 45%. So this is the current timeline you can use it. So I can cite you an example in the Middle East, especially the UAE market. We have encountered things where a 50-story commercial building was delivered in flat 28 months, including the foundations. Okay, that includes the 4 months for foundation works and then 24 months for delivering the. It is basically what they do is whatever technology they have not used any out of the box technologies. They use regular construction technologies, what is there available in the world, everywhere in the private. It is only they have stick to the original plans and completed it in the same fashion. The execution is the key in the whole thing. So you can plan anything, but once you have the execution plans ready, don't change it. Just make it just complete it as you have planned for, and you will be able to you save a lot of timelines. And once you have good timelines, undoubtedly ROI goes up. The return on investment goes up very fast. So that is always there. Use of technologies, yes, of course. What happens is in high-rise buildings, a lot of tools are used. So basically, transporting the tools, any of these material or modeling things, components to the higher rises is a challenge. And if you use modern technologies to transport them, it always creates the best timelines. And again, the least interference of people on site. Once you have modular technology in your construction area, you have least number of people on site, and once you have least number of people on it, it is very easy and very faster to work. And that's what.
Let's talk about structural integrity and safety, Amit. Can you tell us how can advancements in PEB designs improve these?
So primarily when we are on the design drawing boards, and there are all the consultants are on the board, the architect, the structural engineers, the MEP, and the facade designers, landscape designer, everyone on the board. On the paper, if no one does design for a faulty or a less design so once you have everyone is on the same line, everyone designs for the best part of it, and be it be a small bungalow project or be it be a large scale project. Okay. It is only the execution part of it when we come to the execution part of it. And if there are challenges, and there are challenges is like more of methodology, second is supervision, and third is work quality of the people on the site. So you can monitor 10%, 20%, 30% themselves. The client or the PMC can monitor a certain time of the play. You cannot monitor each and part of every component of a building, where if it's done correctly or not. And then of course, then if there are any flaws in at the later stages or the safety part of it, then of course we have to do a lot of reworks on it. But once you have the modular technology, each and every material, each and every component is manufactured in a factory under a monitored system, be it be manual or a automated system, where it is each and every component goes through a certain kind of checks, and then it's delivered on site. Then of course you have least amount of problems where you can have. So you adopting this technology, your safety standards undoubtedly go up. And there are also two challenges. The safety part is both. It is under design. They say there is something that we are missing. Or second, even it's over design. Over design, you don't need that material. You don't need that kind of steel or RCC component or any other component, and still it is done just to be an over design. So once you have adopted modern technology, you always go with both of the products. It is not under design. It is not over design. Both ways, it is the best situation to have for safety part.
Now, Amit, we would like to know from you in terms of what are the latest trends in PEB aesthetics and architectural designs.
Okay, that is again a big part of it. Aesthetics. It is all about if you see the new technology, new construction trends. What we have, it is more of modular, more of square designs, and you can say a lot of rather than having it on a plan, architects tend to use a lot of good new age materials on the facades. Be it be the facade design, the glass, or be it the landscape, hardscape, all these materials where you use. There's a lot of innovation, use of material, and kind of the technology that goes into how do you fix that material. That's the work methodology, you can call it about. So there is a lot of innovations in that. And if you see the options available in the market, where you can adopt a lot of these new age materials on your facade or on your designs. People want to use it. Like you can see it. So example, there is a new product that is launched today, and tomorrow they want it on the site to be used on it. Right? Okay? Modular technology again allows you that freedom to use that new material in any of part of it. Say example, there's a new glass facade thing where you have new trims or new aluminum grills or new aluminum fins for it. It can be easily adopted into modular kind of construction, and you can always look forward to have the latest trends on your designs, on your facades, on your landscape part of it, and be in the trend what is there right now. So again, and with the crunch timeline on the construction technology, undoubtedly you'll have the latest things, more latest things, and can be beating the market, or you can be offbeat of the market and still be in trend of the whole market of it. So use of this new technology, new materials into modeling is much easier, and hence you can be ahead of the trends, ahead of our competition using this technology.
The last question that we have, Amit, here is from the audience, and they're wanting to know what are the potential risks associated with adopting new PEB technologies, and how can they be mitigated?
So risk is, of course, yes. I had iterated in one of the earlier questions. Risk is basically change management of it. So yes, of course, once you use this technology and use it, you cannot change your designs much after that. So it's a bit rigid thing where a lot of developers don't like it to accept that way. That is a risk we have, and of course, after that changes, it's a big cost. It's a big timeline hurdle. So that is one big risk we carry forward on this. Second is project challenges. So any of this project where again there is a site where it is difficult to adopt new technologies or new materials, or you have new equipments that needs on the site. So it's a challenge for it. It's a risk where you cannot say example, we design it for it. We have manufactured, but we don't have the correct assembly team on the site and get it done. Then everything goes for a toss for a lot of things. So in Indian market, yes, of course, we still have a good potential skill force where you can use this kind of technology, but it's a risk we always have. I'll not name it completely, but we had the one of the client had adopted a new technology for using a bungalow for a ground plus 2 structure, 4,000 square feet, and they had used this new age technology. I'll again not name it because of it, but they couldn't find the correct people to get it assembled. The correct people were there, but not in that market, and they had to again scrap the whole project and go into a regular construction technology. So once you adopt a new technology, you need to know each part of it that you either from a design to your whole completion. You need to have the correct team on site, the correct people for it, and only then you can do a justice to the project. So it's a big risk till there, but of course I'll tell you, it's time. We are already there somewhere, and market are gonna govern it. The people are gonna govern. The timelines are gonna govern. Especially the economic situation is gonna govern, and we have to adopt this technology. Not today, maybe tomorrow, but day after tomorrow, it is there. It is gonna be there. This risk, of course, there are risks as of now. But once we work on this, we have people to work on this. Once we get this up for adoption, this will be absorbed. All these technologies will be absorbed very fast. So that's what.
Thank you, Amit. With that, we've come to the end of our episode. It was a pleasure speaking with you. You've shared detailed insights with our attendees, and I'm sure they will benefit from that. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your effort, and all the best for the next step.
Thank you, Amit.
Thank you.
For our attendees, if you would like to see episodes for JSW1 MSME Masterclass or any of the masterclass that you may have missed in the past or the current one, you can go on YouTube and type JSW1 MSME. You will find this episode along with all the previously shot episodes recorded there. Thank you so much again, Amit. Bye.